everyone, Steve the Hurricane here, and for today's episode of A Drink with the Hurricane, we're live at the San Antonio Boot Camp, and we're going to talk about hospital marketing. Cheers.
A Drink with the Hurricane, the home care sales and marketing talk show that discusses all things growing your home care business.
Now, when it comes to hospitals, the first thing that you have to understand, hospitals are the most difficult referral source to get into. It's a high chance of getting kicked out. You have a high chance of failure rate. It's going to take a long time to develop a hospital. Like, put things in perspective. To get into a hospital, it takes a good 6 months to a year for somebody who's inexperienced. Even people with connections and contacts, it still takes like 3 to 6 months to get into a hospital. So you have to realize that if you're going to do this, it's going to take that much time to get into a hospital. The other thing I want you to realize is your operation ready for hospital discharges? Because hospitals, they don't give you a lot of notice. It's the doctor makes rounds 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, tell the social worker 12 noon, and at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, that's when the patient knows they're going home that day and they're going to be sent home at 3, 4 o'clock. So if somebody's going to need your services, they're going to contact you around 1, 2 p.m. and going to need start at 4 p.m., 5 p.m. So unless you can handle a high volume of those type of patients, I wouldn't even start hospital marketing because you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, if you are able to handle that kind of volume, and when I say high volume, I mean 5, 10 referrals a week, just like that. If you're able to handle that, then definitely move forward in the hospital. And what I'm going to talk about at the boot camp coming up this summer in Colorado is how to create a multi-pronged approach towards getting these hospital referrals. Because imagine if you were to storm a medieval castle. If you try to go in through the front door, you have a battering ram, but they're going to pour oil on you. They're going to shoot arrows at you. They're going to light you on fire, literally try to kill you from getting into this castle. And you have a high success rate of failing, right? So if you want to get into the castle, you're going to have several different ways. Put ladders up the side, go in through the back door, come in through several entrances to get in and out of that castle, and still you might fail. But you have a higher success rate of one of those ways working. Well, the same thing happens at a hospital, because a hospital really is like a castle. It is a fortress to get into. You probably will get kicked out of a hospital if you go in through the front door. So you have to use every single opportunity you have to get into the hospital. Here are some examples I'm going to go over in great detail at that boot camp. The first thing you can do is use the hospital yourself. Now, I'm not saying hurt yourself, but let's be real. We all live in the area. Most of us have families, and every year somebody ends up in the hospital. I know when I myself, you see right here, I don't know if you can see this, but I have a slice right here. I broke my wrist. I have 2 plates and 13 screws in my wrist. I went to a physician, an orthopedic, who was affiliated with a hospital in my area, saw him about my wrist. He tells me, you need surgery. We can do the surgery tomorrow. And I said, okay, great. Before you cut me open, here's my business card. I want a lunch and learn. I want this. I want that. And I leveraged my broken wrist, which was fate, chance, as an opportunity to book a meeting from a meeting and set up follow-up after I get the surgery and I recover and everything else, which the doctor was dying laughing when I did this. And it was hysterical. But nonetheless, yeah, he gave me what I was looking for. So there's one way right there. Other ways, power partners. You hear me talk about power. At this boot camp, I'm going to be training everybody here on how to create power partners. Well, if you have power partners who are already in the hospital, leverage that relationship, shadow one another, collaborate, and then go in and attack. Your specialty programs. Another thing I'm going to be talking about at this particular boot camp, how to create them. When you go into the hospitals with a specific program and then target just this one slither of all the patients that they take care of, that can help you get the business you're after and get your foot in the door at the hospital. The hospital has events. Go to the events, work with the hospital to plan and coordinate the events, and then leverage it accordingly. And finally, when you have patients that enter the hospital, you should be visiting them and coordinating the care anyway. Care coordination is a vital part of any home care business that most home care companies are not doing. At the Colorado Bootcamp, I'm going to train you how to do all of that care coordination. But you should be visiting your clients every time they're in the hospital, introducing yourself to those social workers, and coordinating the care to the next level of care that this person needs, whether it's coming home, going to a nursing home, assisted living, or whatever it is. That's a vital part of being a good home care provider, and that's an excellent way to get into the hospital. And there's so many other reasons and so many other ways to do it, but I only have so much time. I got to get ready and get back to preparing for my boot camp. If you've never been to a boot camp, look at what you're missing out on. Sign up right now. We have early bird specials and discounts. Get to Colorado, where I'm going to give you everything you need to blow away the competition.